Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's part two of the series that we are looking at, which is the competency based system of education that we offer in Kenya. And so I'd like us to look at the basic structure. What is the structure of the competency based education? In the first part, we looked at the merits of the competency based education vis a vis the phased out 844, the 844 system that was phased out. So before we look at the structure, what is the structure of the CBE? I would like us to look at the mission and vision of this curriculum. Now, the vision of the curriculum is to produce an engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. To produce an engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. That is the vision of this curriculum. This is achieved by providing every Kenyan learner with world-class standards in the skills and knowledge that they deserve. And that in that way, they will thrive in the 21st century. And so, it can be accomplished through the provision of high-quality instruction in schools, the school environments, and the resources that are requisite for sustainability or rather sustainable visionary curriculum that is seamless, competency-based, and that values every learner. Every learner is very important. What is the curriculum mission? The mission is to nurture every learner's potential. Very good. In the phased out 844, the former system of education, learners were judged according to one exam that was given. So if a learner failed in that exam, then the learner was termed as a failure. But here we are talking about nurturing every learner's potential. So a learner may not be very good in academics or in a certain learning area, but the learner is very good in some aspect of learning. Some other areas like sports, like art, learner may not be very good in sciences or mathematics, but they can do very well in music. So you nurture that talent, you nurture that potential of the learner. And that is now where CBE becomes superior, nurturing every learner's potential. So it means that the mission is to ensure that no child is termed as a failure at the end of basic education. It ensures that no child is said to be a failure at the end of basic education. So the mission is to nurture every learner's potential. And what is the vision? The vision is to produce an engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. Now, I would like us to look at the structure. What is the structure of CBE? It is very simple. It is 26333. 26333. Some people will say 2663. Whichever way you want to put it, this is how we'll break it down. 2 years of pre-primary education. The stage is PP1 and 2, PP1 and PP2, which introduces basic skills and foundational learning to children at least 4 years of age. So at this age, they get to be introduced to learning, foundational learning at PP1 and PP2. Thereafter, they head to 6 years of primary education. This is divided into two phases. We have 3 years of lower primary and 3 years of upper primary. 3 years of grade 1 to 3 lower primary and 3 years of grade 4 to 6 upper primary. And at this stage, it focuses on building literacy, numeracy, and environmental activities. So at this stage, the learning focuses on building literacy, numeracy, and environmental activities. Then we move to 3 years of junior secondary, what we call JS, otherwise in the past known as junior secondary school, JSS, but now it is just junior school. Now, in junior school, which entails grade 7, 8, and 9, the learners are exposed to a broad curriculum. So many learning areas with a lot of content. This is to provide them with an opportunity to choose for themselves what befits them. Remember, after this, they are going to senior school where now they will choose their pathways. They'll have their pathways. And therefore, this is very key because they will get an opportunity to interact with a lot of content, so many learning areas, a broad curriculum, and therefore it will help them to choose what befits them at the senior school. Then we have 3 years of senior school, or rather, senior secondary as it was referred to in the past. Grades 10, 11, and 12, where students can specialize in areas like arts and sports, social sciences, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, otherwise known as STEM. So these are pathways. There are three major pathways that at this level, learners are allowed to choose. They're allowed to choose at this level which pathway to pursue. And therefore, they are given an opportunity to select from the pathways that are there, which is the pathway that befits them. Then we have 3 years of university education, a minimum of 3 years in university or tertiary education. So, throughout these years, the learner is expected to acquire skills, attitudes, values, and knowledge that is requisite for application in the real world. That is the structure of the competency based education. We shall continue with part 3. Keep it here, keep it locked. Thank you so much for watching and listening. God bless.